Joining us now, one of the recipients of Speaker Pelosi's dear colleague letter, Congressman Khanna, member of the Congressional Progressive Caucus and a deputy whip in it. Congressman, thanks for being with us. You heard Congresswoman Jayapal suggest that progressives are now going to go back, look at priorities, maybe willing to negotiate a lower dollar figure for the, as it stands, $3.5 trillion social safety net. Do you agree with that? And how tough do you expect these negotiations to be?
I do. The progressives have always said we will negotiate. The president was inspiring today. He said, look, I'm a moderate Democrat. I ran as a moderate Democrat, but I believe that we need to have a consensus on the bigger bill to pass infrastructure. And that has been the progressive position. And the other thing he said that is so important, Anderson, is he said, tell me what you're for. We are for child care for everyone. We are for making sure people get to go to community college without debt. We're for seniors getting dental and vision. We are for bold policies on the climate crisis. And those who are opposed to it, tell me what policies you're not for. And I think that will help us get to consensus.
Can you explain, just what, in your view, what has changed from just a day ago? Aside from President Biden, coming to the Hill and telling the Democratic caucus to take some more time on this?
Well, presidents matter. The president coming to the Hill is a big deal, and a lot of people, frankly, were looking for direction from the president. It was sort of like reading tea leaves. Everyone wanted to interpret the president to conveniently fit their vision. And today, the president said, here's what I think. To the moderates, he said, look, we have to do both bills. And frankly, to the progressives, he said, you're not going to get $3.5 trillion. He was pretty clear. He said, I've been spending hours with the two senators. I want the $3.5 trillion. I wrote the bill, but we're not going to get it. That's reality. So compromise. Come down. Tell me what you really need. And I just think he was such a straight shooter, and he's going to get a response from the caucus that is going to be more unified today than we were 24 hours ago.
The figure of $2 billion is now seems to be kind of on a lot of people's lips. What do you think when you hear that?
Well, I think we should do what the president suggested, which is to first say what are the priorities, add that up and see where it totals, and then see where Senator Manchin, Senator Sinema disagree. So what is it that they don't want to fund? They don't want to fund the vision and dental visits for seniors. Is it that they don't want to fund free community college? Is it that they don't want to fund paid family leave? And then we can have the conversation. But I don't think we should start with the top line. We should start with what are the programs. They may have programs they just don't want.
And at this point, you're not clear on that. You don't know where they stand on those specifics.
I'm not clear. I don't think the president is clear. I don't think, at least with Senator Sinema, I think we don't have those specifics. There has been progress. I think Senator Manchin has put out a fairly detailed proposal and having further conversations, and Senator Sinema has started to engage. So we're moving in the right direction.
Just finally, one of your Democratic colleagues, Congresswoman Stephanie Murphy, who's part of the more moderate Blue Dog Coalition, released a statement tonight saying, in part, I'm profoundly disappointed and disillusioned by this process. She went on to criticize the Speaker's decision to delay the infrastructure vote again, as well as Democratic colleagues who Congresswoman Murphy says made a, quote, misguided attempt to exert leverage over the reconciliation bill. How do you respond?
No one's going to exert leverage over President Biden. He's been a senator for 36 years, two-term vice president. He beat Donald Trump. This is what he wants, and that's what we were always saying. The idea that a few progressives in the House are going to exert leverage over the Speaker or the President is just not true. This is his bill. He wants both of them because he wants to help people. And, Stephanie Murphy has been a constructive voice. I hope she will get behind the President's vision.
Congressman Khanna, appreciate it.